So this was pretty much a laid-back episode compared to what we got last week because, as you all know, there was a fight between Future Trunks and Black Goku, and that shit was epic as hell. But this time, it was really laid back, and I liked it in the sense that we got a more thorough explanation as to what Trunks' situation is in the future. Because yeah, we saw Black come in, start killing everyone, Mai, Bulma, and all that, but we don't know how Black got there, why is he calling himself Goku, and just, you know, when did he appear there to begin with. And I like how Future Trunks took center stage in this episode saying, you know, what happened to my future after the Cell stuff, you know, way back when, you know, Gohan was freaking awesome. You know what I'm talking about. And one thing that I've been asking myself for years, and I'm so glad they addressed it in this episode, because they could have easily skimmed over this and say that it never happened. But what we went over with in this episode was what happened to Majin Buu. That was the first thing Vegeta asked Trunks when he was saying, you know, my future's destroyed. He asked him like, yo, was it Majin Buu that did it? Because Majin Buu, you know, he's on the back burner now, but back then, he was the real deal. Like, Super Saiyan 3 could barely handle him, you know, depending on which Buu you're talking about. But you get my point. It was a pretty hard fight for all the Z fighters. And like I said before, I just thought, you know, maybe Majin Buu didn't exist in Future Trunks' timeline, because what we got before was his timeline lived happily ever after. Trunks might have turned Super Saiyan 3 to defeat Majin Buu, or he never even existed. So that's why, you know, it was never assumed that anything happened with Buu in Future Trunks' timeline. But now this episode pretty much confirms that Buu was indeed a threat in his time, but Trunks went and fought Dabura and Babidi before he can even think of resurrecting Buu. So that was pretty awesome to see, because seeing Future Trunks defeat Majin Buu, like, I'm sorry, I don't see that happening anytime soon unless Trunks again gets, you know, another Super Saiyan transformation, which we'll get into in, you know, later on this video. But, you know, if Majin Buu was resurrected in Future Trunks' timeline, most likely Majin Buu would have destroyed everything regardless of what Trunks could have done. So I'm super glad to see that in his timeline, Trunks was successful in stopping Babidi and pretty much defeated Dabura, which all in all just avoided the entire Buu saga in general. So super glad that they addressed that in Super. But of course, Trunks gets into the real meat of the conversation, the real threat to his timeline, which is Black Goku. And we got a little bit more information on how Black came into the picture, and it was literally just that. He came into the picture. Like, he just appeared out of nowhere, called himself Son Goku, said he's gonna annihilate the, you know, the entire human race out in the name of justice, which is very odd for a villain to be saying. So I'm wondering where Black's, like, morality system is, because normally the villains in DBZ just want to destroy things just for the sake of destroying it, or because they want to rule the galaxy or whatever. But Black is, according to Trunks, Black basically said, I'm gonna kill all of you guys in the name of justice. So unless that's a poor translation of what I saw for this episode, you know, this Black has a little bit more complexity than meets the eye, so I'm kind of interested in seeing that. But aside from what I just mentioned, Black is just destroying everything. Apparently he destroyed planets and civilizations before Earth, and for some reason he's calling himself Son Goku, which is another thing that I want to get into. Why is he calling himself Son Goku? Because he clearly knows who Son Goku is, and he looks like Son Goku. So that's no coincidence. He has to know who Goku actually is, which of course brings into question Black's repertoire, his little time traveling ring. Now, you guys can call it a plot device or something, you know, unless Black is time related, like unless his powers are like if he's from a different future or multiple timelines, you know, it's basically a plot device. It was very convenient for Black to be able to follow Trunks to the past. But going back to the ring, maybe this is how Black knows who Son Goku is. Maybe he's been through multiple timelines, you know, impersonating the next strongest person he sees, and then the timeline that Goku was in, he sees that, you know, Goku's the strongest person he's ever met, so he decides to impersonate him. So I'm wondering, you know, how many times has this dude use that ring. So I'm super excited to see where that's going to go as well. And maybe if it's tied at all to the green, you know, KO Shin or Supreme Kai that we keep seeing in the intro. And right before the whole, you know, Black returning to the past thing, we get a quick sparring match between Goku and Future Trunks. Now, normally, you know, this would be like, oh, just a throwaway fight, just to have a fight in this episode. But I saw it as having more meaning because we finally see that Trunks has actually progressed past Super Saiyan, as Goku comments in this fight, "Yo, Trunks, you can go Super Saiyan 2? Alright, man, I can go Super Saiyan 3. Try and beat me now, kid." like Goku was clearly toying with Trunks this whole fight, but I still like the fact that Trunks progressed past Super Saiyan, because again, in my review for last week, it was pretty disappointing to see Trunks only go Super Saiyan, seemingly go Super Saiyan, and just, you know, get defeated by Black, and it just showed like, yo, Trunks, did you learn anything these past few years? Did you not progress past the Super Saiyan state? But it's pretty much confirmed in this episode, he did indeed do it. He went Super Saiyan 2, which also explains how he was able to defeat Dabura and Babidi, because in case you guys forgot, Dabura was mentioned as having the same power level as Cell back when Gohan fought him in the Cell Saga. So seeing a Super Saiyan 1 Trunks fight a Dabura, you know, kind of unbelievable to even, you know, foresee, but if a Super Saiyan 2 Trunks fought him, then it's all well and done. It makes sense how Trunks was able to defeat Dabura and Babidi and prevent the Buu Saga. So again, glad to see progression for Future Trunks and his, you know, power level. And then of course, the episode ends with Black returning to the past. And next week, we're gonna get the Black versus Goku fight. So I'm super excited to see that. I'm wondering how powerful is Black? Does he have any transformations up his sleeves? Can he go Super Saiyan? Does he have his own forms he could turn into? There's just so much mystery around this character, and I freaking love it, because not a lot of villains that we've had in the past have had, you know, that many mysteries surrounding them. Because, you know, most of the time the villain is just, you know, evil. He's just an alien or some creature and he just wants to gain more strength and destroy crap. But there's a lot of mystery behind who this person is. You know, he looks like Goku, calls himself Goku, has some similar attacks like Goku, like that Black Kamehameha. It's just, you know, I love this new villain and I want to see where it's going to go. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. Let me know if you have any predictions about what is going on, because I'm super excited for Dragon Ball Super. Go figure. But again, let me know what you all think. But that's all that I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this video at all, or even this pretty toned down episode of Super, but a still great one at that, leave a thumbs up down below. I would really greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click this box right here. You'll stay up to date with all my future videos and content. I will love you forever. Don't forget, follow me in the social media sites in the description box down below to get more content when the video ends. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching.